I don't want to be a hermit. And when those relationships develop, you get closer and you need those people for things. But there's going to be certain people in your life that's going to throw those things in your face. It's just the way it is. So you got to make sure when you get on, when you secure your bag, whatever your bag is, it doesn't have to be money. It can be whatever position you want it to get whenever you get there, whatever. Repay the favor and being not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not arrogant. Just be humble. Just be humble. Knowing where you could be if things changed. So, I've been on top. I've been on bottom. Right now, I say I'm good in the middle. I am happy with my success level at this point compared to where I was a few years ago. And I know this time when I move up, because when I was up, I was a dick. I was a horrible person. You couldn't tell me nothing. Obviously, having a kid changes that, because I don't want to teach him those ways. But then again, at this point, you got to reap what you sow, and this is my karma. And I'm a strong believer in that more shit will come to me, and I'll just have to adapt and go through it, because I put a lot of people through a lot of fucked up shit. So I'm not going to sit here and cry, how you say, victim, because I'm not. But at the same time, I understand what I am and who I am, and you need to feel the same about you. Be strong, be happy. That's just my soapbox for the morning. I'm moving on. Sorry. I have religion here. I like that. I've allowed my. Oh, I'm sorry. Moving on to we're gonna take a pivot and a smoke break. So, I hope you guys are following the doctor's orders, in which that is have a lot of sex, smoke a lot of weed, being happy, just generally happy people, and doing better each breath. Meditating, getting your yoga on. And meditating doesn't just have to be yoga type stuff. Meditating can be cooking, jogging, whatever you like to do. Anyway, I'm smoking some sativa called House Jack, and on top of that, I have some Skittles Crumble. So, if you will, bongs, pipes, blunts in the air, edibles in hand, or if you don't partake, water, a shot, celery stick, whatever vegan nonsense you're into these days. Pick that particular thing up, and namaste. Religion. I don't have a problem with religion. Let me start off by saying that. I have a problem with the pretentiousness, the general awfulness of what religion has meant to people in their lives, as far as the murders and the just the general bad stuff. I won't get into it, because my thing is not to knock religion. I more want to knock certain people in it, because I believe I feel like I'm a Buddhist. I don't feel like that. That's how I identify as. And to some, that would be a religion. I don't see it that way. So that's not how I go about it. But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to knock religion. I don't want to knock a thing. Sorry, just seeing how much time I have. Okay. I don't want to knock a thing that helps people in their lives to be better people. But when you use that against people. So, long story short, I was on Facebook, and in the wake of Nipsey Hussle's death, there was a Facebook friend of mine who thought that people were praising Nipsey as this deity, as a god, if you will. And he said something like, essentially, that's bad, and there's only one father, and if you don't get right with that father, you're going to go to hell, and that essentially Nipsey's not a, I don't know about this stuff. I don't really care. Nipsey is a deity or not. I don't get involved in that. But what I did find, yeah, it's windy as fuck outside. Sorry if you hear that. Anyway, what I found obnoxious and annoying as fuck was that who are you to tell people they gonna go to hell? Like, and that's for all you religious folk. Where are you getting that? The Bible says, the Bible says, the Bible says. Right. The same Bible that is cool with slavery, and the same Bible that most black people didn't even know of until they got to America, which was forced upon them. The same Bible that most Republicans follow, most Christian, white, racist people follow. Now, don't get me wrong. There are very good Christians, Catholics, Protestants, whatever religion, good Muslims, good whatever. But I think it's essential for you guys. I've been saying essential a lot. You can tell I've been on my vocab. I think it's imperative. There you go. That you guys understand. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know God. God has never spoken to you. And it's just very arrogant. I can see why there's such turmoil between, let's say, an atheist, which I am not, and the whole other side of the spectrum, which is just, you're going to hell religious if you don't think how I think. Now let's for a second forget that there are so many different religions y'all all kind of saying the same shit, but in different ways, in different traditions, and different followings. And even within your own religious community, people see differently. Basically what I'm saying is your journey, your spiritual journey is your own. Keep it to yourself. I mean, preach your gospel, but when somebody is like, no, I don't believe it, that you think, this dude told me either my father is God or the devil. Now, outside of that sounding insanely idiotic, I just found it funny. So I didn't really get angry with him because I know he's coming from a place of ignorance in that, not his religion, not his beliefs, in that he thinks he knows what we are to entail in the afterlife. How the fuck you know that when you don't even know all the secrets of this life? The life you're living. You don't know all the answers. You don't have the answers, Sway. But yet you're going to tell somebody about their salvation and their spirituality and their afterlife and how they live their life. You sound dumb as fuck. Now, again, that particular person would call me, what's the word he used? I want to say demonic, but I don't think that was. The wicked, I'm part of the wicked because I don't believe what he believes. You know what? As a Buddhist, I believe there may be a God. I believe there may not be. I believe if I had to have a foundation of just belief, I would believe that God is nature and God is karma. It's energy. God is energy. And with all we do in love and energy, in nature. I look at things and I feel like sometimes life just on Earth, the galaxies, all that stuff is mad complex to just be. Coincidence? Science will tell you otherwise. But I feel like there can be beauty in randomness. There can be structured chaos. And if you have the energy flow right, that's what you end up with. So for every action, there is a reaction. That's what I believe in. And if you're out here living positive, you're going to get positive reactions. That's just the way it goes. You get what you put into the world. Now, the Bible will say, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Yeah, all of us are saying the same shit. The difference between you is you believe there's a man in the sky. made in your image that would put you into hell for not going to church or preaching his word. Now, if God is in my image, which I am a human, I feel like, no, I wouldn't do that. I'm going to assess everybody by their works, what they did. If they did more positive and no heinous harm and more positive than regular harm, you getting into heaven, my heaven. Why would I make you burn for eternity? For not going to church a few Sundays, for lying a bit, for the one time you cheated, for the one time you stole, for the one time you had to feed your kid, like murder. In self-defense, all right. But then again, we have armies. We have all these things, and these people have these distinct. I think anytime you fucking with kids, that's some hell shit, right? But what I'm saying is there's gray area. To not acknowledge the gray area is ignorance on everyone's part. That's what the energy is about, because energy sometimes has to be stronger. The sun is strong as fuck. But if we didn't have the ozone layer, we'd be fucked. So everything needs everything. I don't know. I'm on a rant. Moving on. The person who said that, I think you're incredibly dumb. But I love you anyway because you're my brother and I'm supposed to. And I really want to get that discount price into heaven. Like, I need that. So when you're in line, look out for me because I'm cutting everybody. Because apparently you have the access code. And I need that shit, bro. Anyway, all right, moving on. I got 18 minutes. Let me see here. If I'm going to be late to work. I don't think so. Okay. Let me see. Where are we at? Oh, love language. Love language. I told you I was going to talk about love language. And I did mine. So let me read you after I read this text message. Okay. Anyway, okay. Sorry. Did my love language, and I told you I was going to read you guys what my result was, which I was really surprised. Let me pull it up here. And again, if I didn't say it, thanks for rocking with me. I always appreciate every listen, every share, every like. Anytime you're talking about Hotbox the Podcast, thank you. Okay. And this is, you can go on 5lovelanguages.com to do yours. I got words of affirmation. Actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words I love you are important. Hearing the reasons behind that love sends your spirit skyward. Insults can leave you shattered and are not easily forgotten. Kind, encouraging, and positive words are truly life-giving. Okay. Yeah, I didn't expect that. I thought I'd be closer to let me see. What are the ones up here that I can see? I got quality time, physical touch, and there's gifts. But yeah, there's 5 of them. You can go look at them. But I thought I would get quality time and or physical touch, but I got words of affirmation. And you know what? That's what I was going to say. At different times in your life, you should do this. Every time you get a new boo or a new person you're thinking about getting serious with, take the test, because at different times you may get different answers based on what your last relationship was, based on what you require in your next one that you didn't even know until your last relationship. So it's going to change. Because I vaguely think last time I took this, I got quality time and or physical touch. But my last relationship, I got ridiculed a lot. Granted, I know ladies love a man working and all that stuff, but I was a stay-at-home dad. And not for a lack of looking for work, I just couldn't find any, but it was important for me to not have my son babysat by anybody that I didn't know. And at the time, we weren't living close to people.